my escape. I'm running through this world and I'm not looking back. 'Cause I know I can go where no one's ever gone and I'm not looking back. But how will I know when I get there? And how will I know when to leave? We've all got to start from somewhere, and it's right there for me. The possibilities are never ending. I see it, and now it's all within my reach. And the possibility, I see it now. It's always been inside of me, and now I feel so free in the possibility. And so we'll carry on. My time to shine has come. I feel it. As fast as I can go, straight to the top. I know you'll see it. So please wake me up when I get there. It feels like I'm lost in a dream. I know in my heart it's my time, and I already see the possibilities are never ending. I see it, and now it's all within my reach. And this possibility, I see it now. It's always been inside of me, and now I feel so free in this possibility. I see it, and now it's all within my reach. I see it now. It's always been inside of me. I see it, and now it's all within my reach. And this possibility, I see it now. It's always been inside of me, and now I feel so free in this possibility. In this possibility. In this possibility.
Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? Let me go ahead and sorry, just do one thing here. And then we do this. Ba bing ba boom. Awesome. Okay, you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. That's okay. Zoom this in. Okay, so today is a bit different. I didn't schedule this stream either, so hopefully people will see that I am streaming and join in. Guess I can announce here that I'm live. Boom. Go like this. Okay, I guess it has to be. I would rather. Oh. I'd rather promote the YouTube stream, to be fair, but this. Boom. Boom. Well, I'm gonna be live for I literally don't know how long. There you go, Blue Sky. I'm live. Guess I will also post on Discord. Oh, I guess Right, I already have bots that are already doing that for me. So thank you, bot, Discord bot. Um, but yeah, I think that this. So, why am I streaming this? Um, I think it's gonna be an interesting topic to talk about. Enough so that I was going to do a video initially. Like I tried to write down. So for those that don't know, I do have a video channel. Just simply called Phantom Knight 300. No underscore s, no nothing. Where I am trying to upload more videos. I uploaded one this year. Hopefully, this one will be the second. um, where I go out of my way to do a voiceover. I write down a script. I do a voiceover. I put a video together, and then I just kind of put it up. But this topic is definitely a lot more interesting, and I feel like I would be better trying to go about this topic in a live setting. Um, I don't know, because I feel like there's just so much to talk about. There might be things I get wrong, and I don't want to get them wrong. Um, so yeah. The topic today, as I swap over, as I hold on, as I reopen this, and I swap over to my other screen, not this screen, this screen, is going to be talking about video gaming generalized stuff. Um, as you guys can see here, I do have Photo P open. And we're going to be talking about each of these topics that I got here. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. Because there's one more thing I need to add here that I did not add. Okay, the background is locked, so we'll do this. Move all these over. We'll move this over here. And there's one more thing I need to add, so let me go ahead and type it in. Fuck. Do I have the... I do not. Okay, great. Boom. Okay, sure, get this into the right font. Boom. And I think that one is pretty self-explanatory. So we got this setup right here. We got this setup right here. Toss on some music as I talk here. Just get a mix going, I guess. I don't want the mix to take over here. Actually, maybe I don't play music while I talk about this. Or at least I do something that is just gonna play in the background. I don't need to worry about it. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll just get this nice and quiet and throw it on a loop. Probably a bit quieter than that. Yeah, can't go wrong with Legend of Dragoon. Okay, so there are a couple of topics that I want to go over. I want to first define what each of these even mean. Because I feel like a lot of the talking points around this stuff comes around these two words. Comes around these two words, remake and remaster. But I feel like there should be another word added here. And it's one that doesn't come up nowadays, but this should be part of the discussion. this should be part of the discussion. So let's first go ahead and define very clearly what I think each of these even mean. Starting with remaster. This is what I think is a remaster is. If anybody joins in chat and disagrees with what I wrote here, please feel free to tell me. Hey, I think your definition of this is wrong. It should say this. This is what I think it is. And if you raise a good point, I'll go ahead and change it. I'm gonna Actually, Ender King. I'm gonna What's up, man? But yeah, so I just started off the stream. Hello, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing good. Doing something a bit different today. I was gonna make a video. But I'm like, you know what? This topic is so insanely massive that it's gonna be hard to just do one video over it. So I thought, you know what? Let's do a stream. And it's my stream, so I can just download it and cut it to make an edited video of it, basically. And I thought I'd go over the topic of these three words. They all start with re, so I'm gonna So yeah, that's the topic of this. And I feel like, so I was starting by saying that a lot of games, a lot of discussion around, from what I've seen, a lot of discussion around remaking a game comes to these two words. Remake makes sense, and remaster. This could also be porting a game. This could also, oh, sorry, let me go and type it in. This could also be, where's my, okay, yeah, it's fair. Oh, great. It's so insanely small. It's so small. It's okay. Turn it up. Turn it up. There we go. This could also mean a port. But this could also be a port. So people say, oh, this game is a port of this. There's a port of this game. Or there's a remaster of this game. Or there's a remake of this game. Or there's a re-release of this game. I feel like this should be added into the discussion. Maybe port is more synonymous with a re-release, but like I said, there's so much to this conversation that port could be any of these three technically. So this is like the general term of these three in particular. Boom. And then this is on its own thing. I don't think that there exists a remake that is in between, that is a remaster, or that is a re-release. Like that, I could be wrong about that. But let's first get into the definitions. The first thing to start with is the initial game. The game comes out, that is the first ever release of it. You know? I guess we'll also use some examples here. So let's go ahead and... Sorry, let's go ahead and get everything ordered here. No, it'll make it big or small. Come on, Photo P. Okay. So we will use this thing as an example. This insane game that I know nothing about. Okay, this thing right here. I don't know what this is. Okay, this is crazy. I don't know what that is whatsoever. But this is the initial release, right? No, okay, all jokes aside, Final Fantasy VII released on the PlayStation in 1997. 3-disc epic that took the world by storm. This is one of the greatest games ever made, people will say. Some people will say, oh, actually, no, it's Final Fantasy VI. Or some people will say it's Chrono Trigger. But let's not lie. Final Fantasy VII is an amazing game. And for this particular thing here, I'm defining this version of FF7 as the initial game. Okay? 1997, you go to the store, you pick up, this is what you see. This is what you see in America. And if you're in Japan, it's actually different because it's just a white background. Actually, I can actually show you. I think. I can indeed show you. Turn on my camera real quick. So I got this at a what do you call it? I got this while I was in Japan. Make myself a little bigger here so you guys can see. I got this while I was in Japan. The case itself is a little beat up, but that's what the case looks like in Japanese. It's just a white background saying Final Fantasy VII, and then yeah, it's got the the spine stuff there, and then that's all it has. It's very basic, and then obviously it's got all the discs, question mark. Yeah, there's the first disc, and then okay. I'll just say, do I not even have the full thing? No, there's 2 and 3 as well. Yeah, that's the OG version of FF7. That's the OG FF7. NTSCJ. Made for Japan only. But yeah, there's that. Oh god, what size was this? There we go. Wait, I'm not gonna have my camera on the entire time. If there's something that I need to show, I will turn it on to show it, but I do not need to have it on at all times. So yeah, this is what we got in Canada, US, the English release of FF7. This is what we got, right? Now for helping define each of these things I've gotten here, let's first start with the thing that should be added to this discussion, the notion of a re-release. Now, what I've written here, a version of the initial game that has received additional content on top of the initial game. The initial game remains 100% the same, akin to patching or releasing DLC nowadays. Okay, so that is my definition of a re-release for gaming stuff. So in FF7's case, in FF7's case, is there a version of Final Fantasy VII that in this definition would be considered a re-release? I guess I can't really put a picture of it. Yeah, the freaking Google just doesn't help me. Yeah, the first major re-release of this was literally the same thing. So I got the bigger version of FF7 here, and I got the small version of FF7. Think of this as the PlayStation 3 PlayStation Store re-release. There's no added content. There's no added content really, so you could put it here, but like, no, I think maybe it's like this, you know, or maybe it just stays here because it was literally the same game. It was just released on PS Store. Actually, can I get the icon for that? Oh, there's a really not like a freaking icon for it, dude. That's the problem with doing this live. You're trying to look for the pictures and like they're just not showing up. Oh, maybe I put yes, classic. Yeah, PS Classic. PS Store. Yeah, it's what I want. What the picture that I want here is not showing up. God damn it. Oh, wait, there it is. Found it. There we go. So now we can replace this with this. So this was the next version, as far as I'm aware. This was the next version of FF7 that released. PS1 Classics on PS3, also playable on the PS Portable and the PS Vita. Maybe PS4 and 5. I don't know. I don't know if you can play PS1 Classics on those, but that is this version. Essentially, it's the same game. It's playing through PlayStation's official emulator, basically. So there is added stuff like being able to swap discs, because it's digital. You don't have to go to the console, take out the disc, put in the new disc. But there is a thing you can click, and it will allow you to change some settings with the game a little. You can change the controls via the PS3 emulator. You can change the like what controller you got going, what memory stick you're using. So, but the game itself is literally, it's the same game, you know? It's the same game. But by technicality in my brain, this is where this should be. So you got the original physical release of FF7, and then you got FF7 via the PS1 Classics on the old PlayStation Store. So now what's next? What is the next version of FF7? And that would be the PS4 release. I'm gonna just do this. And then I will add some text in here. Oh, good, good, nice. Good thing there. Dude, I'm ready to jump into VC whenever, but I don't know if I'm gonna do VC, Jordan. I do appreciate you being here, but I know it would be easier for you to talk. But I wanna first start by just defining everything, and then we'll get to like quality and stuff, cause we can. Well, when we talk about quality in a certain game that I'm gonna bring up, you can go the fuck off, bro. Okay, I have PS Font here, don't I? Whatever. Okay, we'll do that. Yes. Okay, so as far as I know, the next version of FF7 OG that released is the PS4 version, or maybe it was the Steam version. I'm gonna need a copy of this. I'm gonna just do it now. Perfect. And then I do 2013 PC. There we go. All right, we'll save that for a second. So, actually, no, I lied then, because this came later than this. So, what do I think? What do I think this is then? FF7 Steam release, 2013 Steam. Can I also select this, please? Photo P, please. There we go. I know which one I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yep, we'll get there. Okay, so this version of FF7 is the one I played on stream recently. Had a really fun time revisiting this. Now, what by the definition of these things does this fall under? Final Fantasy 7, it'll go here. It'll go right there. Now, they didn't add any particular content, but what they did add was Steam achievements. Steam achievements obviously didn't exist when the PS1 came out. Even this version, when trophies existed, there were no trophies added to PS1 Classics. So, this is the first instance of FF7 having trophies. / achievements. And like I said before, this is the same game. It just added, widescreen support, all that type of crap. Very interesting trivia, honestly. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, there's also something to talk about with this in particular. That's actually that's very recent. That I think is interesting, but not in a good way. But yeah, I do think that the PC version of FF7 falls under this definition of re-release. So, sorry. Now that you're here, Jordan. Now that you're here. The discussion around talking about this type of stuff is normally these three words: port, remaster, and remake. But I do believe that this should be added to the equation. Final Fantasy confuses you with all the different versions. So, the really confusing part about this, Barry, also hi, welcome in. Hopefully your stream went really well. It looked like it was going well. I wanted to join so bad, but I was getting this together. But hopefully what I say here doesn't make anything confusing. Final Fantasy VII has the OG version has a lot of different versions, and what I'm doing here is trying to define all of these, because I feel like a lot of the discussion around these things revolves around these two words. These three words. Whether the game's a port, the game's a remaster, or the game is a remake. I established a little bit earlier that I think port falls under this category, basically. And then a remake is like on its own thing. And and I'm using FF7 as a base because there are multiple versions of FF7, and most of the OG versions of FF7 are the same game. And with that, I will also do this. PS4 FF7. You can argue that even this would fall in between. But I'm gonna just, for simplicity's sake, I'll put this here. Actually, in fact, I'll just get rid of this. I'll just get rid of in between. The reason why I had in between there was because, you could say they released the game and they changed. It's the same game, but they changed the dialogue to make it make more sense. Okay, then it's through these definitions, it's in between a remaster and a re-release. That's what I would say to that. But just for right now, just to keep things simple, re-release, remaster, remake. Let's first go over the definitions because I've only gone over re-release. Let's go over the other ones. Honestly, I think the PS4 version was a remake instead of a remaster. See, that's why this conversation is interesting. That is why this conversation is interesting. But we'll get there. What is a re-release? In my definition, if you guys disagree, let me know. My definition of a re-release of a game is a version of the initial game. That has received additional content on top of the initial game. As I was saying before, the Steam release and the PS4 release have additional content. Maybe not in the game itself, but the Steam version has achievements, and the PS4 release has trophies, and it also has the cheating menu where you can be like, all right, I don't want encounters. I want to be invincible. I want to speed up the game. That's in this version of the game. But ultimately, why it's in re-release, why these two are in re-release, is because it's the same. It's the same as these two. It's the same as these two games. But it's very interesting. Jordan brings up that this. He thinks that this should be over here. And I will give an argument that this should be here. Because there is something else that should go here. Now, is there a version of Final Fantasy VII that I think is a remaster? Now, what is a remaster? What is a remaster in my definition? A remaster is a version of the initial game that has received new graphics, new soundtrack, improved performance, etc. The initial game remains between 80 and 99%, the same as the initial game. Now, you could also put these, like I said, I think to be perfectly honest, these should be in between, because they rewrote some of the lines that are like in the original version. At some point, if you take the stairs going up the Shinra building at the beginning of the game, Tifa says the R word, and I think when I was replaying the Steam version, it was still there, but I do believe that they changed it out for the PS4 release. And obviously, this PS1 Classics version is this, so I don't need to change this. So the PS4 version, I'm gonna go ahead and write it back here, actually. In between. I'm gonna slap this back in there. And rechange the font size. Beautiful. And we're gonna... Oh, we're not gonna add that. We're gonna throw this here. Because there was a... At some point, I don't remember which version it is, but at some point, the script was changed, not equaling 100% of the same game. All right. Now, Square recently has announced that they are going to be releasing a 2026 PC port. Now, they weren't very specific on why exactly they're doing this. But that would fall under right here. As long as they don't change, as long as they basically make it this version, where they add in all the menus and whatever, that would fall under here in between. So that's where that would go. But I'm gonna go ahead and change this back to 2013. Oops. Because that version is not out yet, and I can't judge it. Alright. So, those are the versions I'm gonna stay on for the original FF7. But there is another version of FF7 that falls under the category to the very right. I don't believe there is a version of FF7 that is remastered. So I'm gonna just leave that blank. But now we need this version. Now we need this thing. Now we need this fucking thing. FF7 Remake. And the other one. And the one... And the massive other one that is also... Can I get one with the bot? Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Okay, these two go here. So these games follow the story of this, but they are written completely differently. The gameplay themselves in each of these games, the gameplay for these two games evolve off of one another, but they are nowhere near the same as being FF7. Now, what is a remake? A version of the initial game that was remade from the ground up. New or updated gameplay, new graphics, etc. This version is potentially between 0% and 99% of the initial game, just depends. I would say Remake, Rebirth, and whatever the third game is going to be is, like, I want to say maybe... It's like 25%. It's like 25% the same as this game. It follows the same story from what we've seen so far. But the way that the story is presented is, yeah, no fucking way. No fucking way, bro. This shit. Like, I like these games. But I can take off my nostalgia goggles and I can say, you know what? These games are fun to play, but fuck me. Fuck me. Or did they make some really dumb stuff with the particular storyline that they got going? But I can understand, like, here's the thing, I can also understand why, like, what they were trying to do, but it's also dumb. But that's neither here or there. I'm not here to talk about quality as of right now. We'll get into this discussion later. So that is kind of how I would define remakes, remasters, re-releases, and in between. The reason why there's no in between a remaster and a remake is because there shouldn't be an in-between. There's an in-between between a re-release and a remaster. But there's no, in my opinion, there's no in-between a remake and a remaster. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully everything I've said here makes sense. If not, we can do another game, for sure. And also, do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Let's start a conversation, you know? Let's start a conversation. All this confuses why I never dared to touch Final Fantasy. It's honestly, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Like, if you wanted to get into Final Fantasy, and if you want a really fantastic game to start with, Final Fantasy VII. This game right here. Now, you don't have to get the PS1 version. You don't have to get this version. This one is just as good. I recently streamed this. The Steam release, right? I'm pretty sure this is on sale right now, actually. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is on sale. And there's a Square Enix sale happening right now, actually. This game's on sale for $7. $7.69 Canadian. You'd rather play console? Fair enough. Don't want to stress your laptop too much? That's fair. That's fair. So if that's the case, right? There is a version of FF7 that is on console. If you have a PS3, which I know you do, you recently played Xillia, right? Oh, I think you played the Xillia remaster, Barry. But if you didn't play the remaster, then you have, this is on the PS Store, assuming that I'm not stupid and you can still access it. Maybe, I have no idea. But this is on PS3. This is on the PS3 PS Store. Which is, like I said before, this is the PS1 classic version of FF7 is the same game. It just has, it has the PS3 menu, so you can, you know, close the game, swap discs without having to do any of that crap. Yeah, PS3, but it's a pain to get past the HDCP. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember, I think I streamed 06. Yeah, I think I streamed either, I think it was either 06 or Sonic Unleashed on PS3. And yeah, like, I had to buy, like, a separate dongle for it. It was stupid. And I'm not even sure I have that dongle anymore, which just sucks, but, you know. Yeah, let's do another game. Let's do another game to hopefully help with understanding what how I'm determining what each of these things are. Let's see. Let's see. Now, I'm gonna pick a game regardless of its quality. You know, regardless of its quality. I just don't know what yet. Sonic Adventure 2? Okay, we'll do Sonic Adventure 2. We'll do Sonic Adventure 2. So we have Sonic Adventure 2. Initially, I don't know if that's actually the actual... Okay. There we go. The initial game of Sonic Adventure 2. Dreamcast. It was at the end of the Dreamcast lifecycle. Sonic Adventure 2. I don't know this version of Sonic Adventure 2. I've never played I never owned a Dreamcast. But that is where the original version came from. Okay? That is where the original version came from. Many versions. So many versions. Alright. Sonic Adventure 2. And now, as far as I remember, the next version that came out was this one. And this is the version that I know. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube. Now, through these definitions, re-release, in between, remaster, or remake, what would you throw Sonic Adventure 2 Battle under? I know where I would put it, but I'm curious to see where you guys would put it. Remastered. Interesting. Okay. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is a remaster. If anybody else has anything to say, go ahead. I would throw the GameCube version of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle under re-release, actually. Now, real quick, this isn't a negative connotation. I do believe that the GameCube release of Sonic Adventure 2 is probably the best one, to be honest. A poor remaster, but still one? Oh, you think? You think it's a poor remaster? Interesting. I thought the GameCube version was the one that fixed the audio. Because I'm not too sure if it was this version. But I do know that there is an audio problem with Sonic Adventure 2. Like whenever you're watching the cutscenes. Models different, audio worse. Oh yeah, the models were different. In the GameCube version? I thought they fixed it there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. Lighting changed. The lighting did change. I know for certain it changed in SA1. Did it in 2, though. Yeah, you know what? Let's say in between. You own Dreamcast and GameCube? Okay. Let's say in this case, it's in between. It is a re-release and a remaster. Because let's not forget. Yes, they changed the character models. They changed the lighting. They somehow butchered the audio balancing. But the battle portion of the game added content. And the game is mostly the same. So in this case, in between. Is that agreeable? And it's also a port, but this is a general side of this category. Controls differently too. To benefit or to detriment? Because I never held a Dreamcast controller, so I wouldn't be able to comment on that. I will say though, I remembered this game controlling like beautifully on the GameCube controller, so GameCube's better. Yeah, so I think with that argument, I don't think it's a remaster. I do think it's a re-release, but Barry has argued remaster. I argued re-release a little bit. I do think in the end it is in between. Which is with my definition, right? With my definition, Sonic Adventure 2 is the same game. The battle content is all the multiplayer stuff that made it super fun to play with friends. And then all of the audio fixing and all that nonsense falls under a remaster. So in this case, SA2 Battle is a in between. I think that's agreeable. Okay. What would be the next version? PS3? I guess it would be PS3, Steam, Xbox. Was it on Xbox? I think it was on Xbox. Oh god, why is this so small? Okay, we get another text box here. Boom, boom. Boom. I thought I had like a PlayStation looking font. I guess I don't. That's fine. I'll use KH menu. PS3, Steam, Xbox. That is very hard to read. I will change the color. That is still surprisingly really hard to read. How about a bold? Why is it on the outside? That's horrible. There we go. Reverse the colors. Hold on a second here. Oh, I didn't do this. Okay. Boom. Okay. Yeah. Chat, get ready for 3 specific crash outs. Steam is a port of PS3, which is a port of GameCube. Different versions. Okay, so, yeah. So I guess we'll do... I'm pretty sure the 360 had a version of SA2, so we'll get rid of Steam here then. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. That's good. So SA2, PS3, and Xbox, which is a remaster of a re-release. I think it's pretty clear. I already said it. This goes here. This goes here. And by extension... I mean, right? Each port is worse? Well, okay. Hold on. We're not talking about quality right now. We're not talking about quality. We're just trying to define... Right now, we're just trying to define which is which. Because the conversations I see only have these 2 words. I'm trying to add this word in there, too. And I guess by extension, this word. I'm also hearing Discord go off. What's happening? What is this? Oh, it's my cousin. I'll react to that later. And also, there's also the battle DLC, but let's not worry about that right now. Sonic Adventure 2 on these particular versions, right? We're disregarding the quality of each one. This is how they're defined, right? This is how they're defined, in my opinion. SA2 was never remade as of yet. Hopefully one day they do. Nuance in internet discourse, bold move. Well, adding in re-release to the remaster remake discourse. Like, I feel like this is like a negative connotation, but it really isn't. Oh, it's a re-release of this game. You know, in my definition, it's re-releases are normally better. Re-releases are normally way better. It will never be remade. Stakes are too high. Sega won't risk it. I mean, fair. But I do think Sega nowadays is on a really good track record, though. I think if they do a re-release of, or sorry, if they do a remake, let me get the word right. If they do a remake of Sonic Adventure 2, I think it might be fire, considering Ian Flynn's work, considering how the dialogue and everything was written in Racing Cross Worlds, in Shadow Gens, in Frontiers. I think if they were to do Sonic Adventure 3 or Remake 2 or Remake 1, I think it would be pretty good. But I would also rather have them focus on the next mainline Sonic game, I think. Well, not really in regards to a certain series. We'll get there. Also, don't want to change their voice lines to be changed. I would be upset if they use new actors. And like that's just like that's another point on like the quality and all that type of stuff, right? It's come into our memory that like, okay, Ryan Drummond Sonic, awesome, bro. The guy that voices Shadow, that's my Shadow, right? But I don't know, like, let's say two actors are really good, but there is also a part of me that's like that like the 4Kids cast too, right? It really just depends on who you ask. Rouge sucks currently. I agree. Or like no fault to the voice actress, but I think just the way she's being directed is not super great. But you know, need a sultry Rouge, not a squeaky toy. Yeah. Were there any more versions of SA2 that are coming to my head? Not that I can think of. Was there like a PS4 version? Don't think so. Yes. Are they worth adding to this list? Anniversary? Okay. Hold on a minute. Sonic Adventure 2 Anniversary. Oh, the 20th anniversary? I mean, is that really worth adding here? Oh, that's the soundtrack. That's not the game. That's the soundtrack. Oh, it looks like it was like the game and the soundtrack. I guess we put this. Why is it so small? I guess we put that. Adds new content to the Dreamcast version, fixing bugs. It's a remake. This is a remake? I don't know if I agree. I don't think I've seen. I don't think this. I don't think I've seen a I don't think I've seen a remake of Sonic Adventure 2. At the most, it's a remaster. At most, it's a remaster. Because once again, let's read this, right? My definition of a remake, a version of the initial game that was remade from the ground up. New or updated gameplay, new graphics, etc. This version is potentially between 0% and 99% of the initial game. Just depends. I don't think this falls here. Simply because I haven't seen SA2 look different other than mods, right? Other than the use of mods. Whoa! Whoa! Scoon Poof! Thank you for the resub, man. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Like, let's load up YouTube. Sonic. Gameplay. Oh. I clicked on the first YouTube search and it was video games. So let's go, dude. Maximilian, dude. Yeah, it looks like the Dreamcast game. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, this is the same game. Same game. Yo, Joshy, what's up, man? It's very obscure. Only sold in a few days in Japan. Okay, but this basically. This is this. So in reality, this should be here. It should be here, but it is also here because, in terms of what you were saying, remaster. Yeah, in terms of what you were saying, it should be. They fix the audio, they fix all that. Blah 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 blah. Should be a remaster. I think it should be a remaster. Unless you count the Rouge Gooner mod for SA2 Absolute Cinema. Well, I'm not counting that. We're counting initial versions. Or official versions, I should say. I didn't count the FF7 mods, so it's only fair to not count SA2 mods, okay? Yeah, this version of Sonic Adventure 2 is under remaster. This category right here only falls for games that are based off of the initial game that have been remade from the ground up, which is why when I was explaining FF7 earlier, that remake and rebirth fall under this category. If you my stream disconnected. Oh, hello, am I back? OBS has told me that my stream went down. Am I back? Question mark. Hello? Stop drowning in the Chow Garden 2. Tails could die there. Based. Wait, what happened? Why are we based? What's going on? I think this is OBS is Twitch trying to shut me down. Back. Yay, I'm back. Yay. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, Dreamcast, GameCube, PS3, Xbox 360, and Windows. Which, Steam, you know. Just from what I'm reading on the YouTube page for it. But yeah. We hear you. Yay! Thank you. But yeah, I think I think this is good. I think this is good to establish what is what here. For Sonic Adventure 2. Right? The Steam version is a remaster of the PS3 360 version, which in and of itself is a remaster of the GameCube version, which that is a version of this game. And then, you know, the 10th anniversary being a remaster of this. So, yeah. And until they make a like from the ground up, this isn't a mod version of Sonic Adventure 2. Like, and we're not worrying about any of the other versions if there are more than this. That's where we are for Sonic Adventure 2. Now, do we do one more game? I feel like I need to make this point because it's a very interesting this is a very interesting discussion, and like I think it needs to be had, man. I love it. I love this type of stuff. So why am I talking about this also? It's about the discourse, right? It's about this right here. That like the discussion around these things right here only revolves around these two words. I'm also trying to make an argument that these should be added in. Re-release, and in between a remaster and a re-release, right? And I'm not trying to discuss the quality of a game. I'm just trying to pick a game, pick out all of its releases, and categorize them into the places that they should be. Donkey Kong Country? You have 3 games. Donkey Kong Country I'm not too familiar with, so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I will also say this has been around for a really long time. Like, if any of you guys are fighting game players, you'll know that there's re-releases of fighting games like everywhere. Street Fighter 2 being one of the biggest examples of re-releasing a game. You know nothing of Donkey Kong Country? Oh, okay. Yeah, I if I knew the game, I would put it up here, and we could, you know, talk about the release of the initial game, any versions of Donkey Kong Country that came afterwards. We can, you know, categorize them in this particular way. So let's get rid of SA2. Let's do one more game because I feel like pretty important. Wait, what are you doing? So, I'm having a, I'm gonna make this a video, because I thought that the discussion around video game remasters, video game remakes, is a pretty important one to have. And I was trying to write a script before stream today to be like, oh, okay, this is how I define these things. This is how I would define this. I feel like we should add this to the discussion. I feel like we'll talk about how to categorize all of these things. And then we'll talk about the quality of remakes, remasters, all that jazz. It just became a giant discussion that, like, I'm like, oh, I should probably stream this so that way I can get more interactions. And then once the stream's over, I'll pull down the I'll leave the stream up, but I want to make an edited video to go ahead and post it on my other channel because I think this is a very interesting a very interesting discussion because remasters are fucking everywhere, and I don't think they're going anytime soon, for better or for worse. Personally, here's what I think about it. I think remasters are awesome. But once we get to the quality discussion of things, nowadays the qualities of remasters are like very, very hit and miss. But yeah, Pokemon Red. I was either gonna do Pokemon or Kingdom Hearts, but since you said Pokemon, we'll do Pokemon. Pokemon Generation 1 has so many games. Dang it, Google search. Don't give me the Pokemon. Give me the game, please. Actually, hold on. We need to start here. Oh no, it's red. Not blue. So the initial release of Pokemon Red and Blue was actually this. I want a remaster of PS2 and below era games for easy stream availability. Yeah, that's a good thing. If we're including ROM hacks and rips, we'll be here for a while. Oh no, I'm not including any mods. I'm not including any. Like, I'm doing official re-releases. Okay, official re-releases. Re-releases, remasters, remakes, whatever. So, okay. Pokemon Red and Green in JP, this was actually the first version of Red and Blue. Obviously, this is Japan, right? This is Japanese version. The next game is this one. Oh no, my Legend of Dragoon song ran out, lol. Oh god, why is this so small? Is this. Now this is the version that the English people will get later on. This gets translated into Red and Blue, as we know it here in the Japan cartoon. My Legend of Dragoon song ran out. No, this is bullshit. I want to do a different song now, man. Nice chill song that won't. Let's do The White Knight Chronicles. Think. Yeah, perfect. Okay, but yeah, this right here is the version that gets translated into what we know as Red and Blue. Where would I put this? If I remember right, this is an in-between, I think. From my definition, that's an in-between. Play Soul Cinder when we start yapping. I think it would go there. Just trying to think about it. This would go there, because okay, from what I remember, what changed? I think it was mostly like the sprites. The sprites of the Pokemon just completely changed. I think there was the transition, like there was a whole bunch of stuff that was added into Pokemon Blue. This would be the version that we all know. Along with Innie. Oh, I guess hold on, I guess we could also put this here too. Why are they so small? It's bullshit. Yeah, so this is, you know, Pokemon Red and Blue. This is a remaster, or this is in between a re-release and a remaster, translated to English, obviously. Yeah. I don't know what to say here. This is very well-known game. Very well-known game. Which gets us into the discussion of the next version of Pokemon Generation 1. Now, this is interesting. Where would you guys put this? Pokemon Yellow. This was a completely different game. But also, maybe this would be the first instance of an in-between a remake and a remaster. Maybe. Depending on what you guys think. What's in between? So this in between down here is in between re-release and remaster, in my personal definition. So being in between would mean that it's 100% the same game with added content in it. That wasn't seen in this, version. And being in between, right? Maybe we should go like this. Right? I think this would make more sense. This has new sprites. This has maybe I think a couple extra battles or something. But Pokemon Blue is the version that we know, right? This is Pocket Monsters Blue. This is the version that we know. Plot differs slightly. Yeah, in Yellow? Yeah. So Pokemon Yellow is the same game. Like, it's the same game as this. But the story actually follows the anime a little bit. It follows the anime a little. But ultimately, I do think that it is the same game. You just start with, like, but it is also different. You start with Pikachu. You know, you have the chance to get, you have the Pikachu follows you around. You have the chance to get all 3 starters in the game. Some of the sprites are changed. Like, I think all the sprites are changed once again. So I think, yeah, maybe, yeah. You know what? Yeah. I don't think it's like 100% a remake, but it does fall under this category. I do think that it does. Like, it's like an 80% remake, I would say, of Red and Blue, Red and Green, or Red and Blue, whatever. You'll stream Yellow once it wins a poll. I mean, you don't have to win a poll. Just stream Yellow if you want to stream Yellow. I do think that if you're planning to play Generation 1, there is a better game than Pokemon Yellow. But Pokemon Yellow does have its merits, and I do think it is worth playing if you want to play Generation 1. I'd argue you're missing a retelling where Yellow would land. Retelling. That's why it's like, okay, is it here? But like, is it like an in-between here? You know? But I think it should be here. I think this should be a remake. I think I would define Yellow as a remake. I have so many games I want to play, so I do polls to choose for you. You want a physical copy of Yellow? Oh, I can't say I do that. I can't say I have that. I have the 3DS eShop version of Yellow. That's how I played it. So Ren, hi, welcome in. Good to see you here, buddy. Where would you put Yellow? I'm curious. Because according to my thing, Yellow I think is here. It's not built from the ground up, I don't think. But you know, it's here. Could be here. Could be here. There's one thing I do know for certain though. This is 100. You can't. This is non-negotiable. You can't argue this. This is inarguable. Okay, there's no way that this is not. That these two games right here is not this. Okay, this is 100%. 100%. Those two games are here. And also by extension, these are here too. Okay, but I am curious about Yellow. Based off your descriptions, I don't really know where it would land. Oh, that's also a thing. Do you agree with what I have written for the descriptions? Do you agree with it? Do you agree with them? And also, do you agree if we should even add this to the discussion? If a game is a re-release. And I put port here. I didn't define port, more or less. Okay. I didn't define port, but I'm using this a port as a general. This is what this category is. Jordan, I appreciate it, man, but I don't know if we're gonna get to that. I think the more important thing is to define all this. Define all this. Okay, so let's also do this, right? These are the same. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu are a remake of Yellow, right? Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are remakes of this, right? Pokemon Red and Blue are remakes of this, which Pokemon Blue is a remake of this, right? So that's like the freaking tomfoolery of all that bullshit. So like you get remakes, remasters, you know? That's why this is a very interesting discussion. I would also, if you're down for it, Ren, I would also be down to discuss this with Boost Basement. Yellow's so weird now that you're pointing at, right? I will say, if you're playing if you're playing Generation 1, right? If you're playing Generation 1 and you want the best version, this is going into a bit of quality, right? You want the best version of Generation 1, you play Pokemon Yellow. This is considered, every Pokemon game has the 2, and then it has the 3rd version. Normally, the 3rd version is really good. I would say I'm like, yo, I just, for whatever reason, man, I want to play Generation 1, you play Yellow, okay? Not to say that these games are bad, but if you want the definitive, de facto, I'm playing this version, play Yellow, okay? Now, if you don't care, if you're like, okay, I just want to play a freaking bomb-ass game that is Generation 1, you play Fire Red and Leaf Green. If you want to play something different, let's go. It's undeniably Gen 1. I just don't know if you'd consider it a remake. Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the thing that's like super interesting about this whole topic, right? Because initially I was saying, you know, I don't know if there's an in-between between a remaster and a remake. But Pokemon Yellow might actually be one of the first instances I can think of that is that. If I can get... Okay. I don't know if the text actually pasted. It did not. Okay. Yeah, let's try that again. Give me. There we go. This might be the first instance of this. I say that because I have things to say about Gen 1 Pokemon. Let's not. I don't know what that's gonna be, but I don't know, man. Because like I said, a retelling of the base... a retelling of the base game, but a different perspective. Different perspective, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like we established, this is a remake of this game. Right? That has changed the gameplay around a bit because your starter is Pikachu. Right? You get the follow Pikachu. The gameplay is different, right? In this definition, I do not think it was a game that was built from the ground up, but it is built off of this game. So I think to be fair, if we're not adding in between, it's either a remake or it's a remaster. But through my definition of a remaster, then it would be this, right? It would have to, I would have to consider it, okay, without all the Pikachu stuff, without all that, you know, then it would be the same as red and blue, right? But I'm breaking your head. Yeah, like so interesting. Such an interesting talk. That's what Yellow would be to you. That's so weird looking at it now, man. What the fuck? Yellow is a remaster or Yellow is a remake? I'm glad I'm doing this video. I'm glad we're gonna hopefully make this a more digestible video to watch. In between. Okay. Yeah. No, I think that this is fair. It's not a remake fully because it's not remade from the ground up, but it is different gameplay, which I defined in remake. It's not rebuilt from the ground up because it's following this. And the story is written to be more akin to the anime. I think that it is fair to call this an example of in between a port and a port category and a remake. Because you don't think it's really either. That's true. That's true. Dude, I turned off the Fallout show because now I'm invested. Yo, let's go, dude. Let's go. I'm making an interesting stream. Let's freaking do this. But yeah, regardless of quality, right? Regardless of what you think about these games. Wait, before I keep going, are there any other versions of Generation 1 that I'm not thinking of that we can define here? I would not say the second half. I would not say the second half of Gold and Silver, because that's just a completely different game. That doesn't count. That's Gen 2. Yeah, I wouldn't even like you can visit Kanto, but it's not. That's Generation 2. Peak, you know, peak game. I don't think that there's any other versions of Gen 1. These are the ones that pop into my head. And I think that this is a very fair categorization of these games. Should I put... Hold on. Can I put, like... just to sort of help visualize it a little bit better. Do this. Oh my god. So bad, bro. Let's go existing is even weirder because that's a remake of whatever the fuck Yellow is. True. Okay, hopefully that'll help visualize it a little bit better. Or actually, I fucked up already. Hold on a second. I've already done the goof. This should be up here. A port, which is port is the whole category here. Let's Go isn't traditional gameplay, right? Yeah, it's not traditional gameplay. It's following. Let's Go sort of follows the like Pokemon Go, right? Where you don't really do battle. Like you do battles, but it's mostly with trainers. But in terms of this, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are remakes of Pokemon Yellow. It's like it's very weird. It's very interesting. These, in terms of categorizing them, are by this definition are remakes. You know, this is a Generation 3 remake of Red and Blue, right? That's why I'm not even gonna move these, because it's just clear as day that that's what these are. BC and Rab are re-releases? Wait, what is that? I don't know what that is. What is that? I don't know. What is that? Okay. Shall we do another game? Shall we do another game? Or do you think that this is enough to do Radical Red? I'm not really focusing on, like, mods or, I'm not really focusing on mods or anything of that nature. Because Radical Red is just this, right? But it's got the harder AI, the easy EV training, all that stuff. Radical Red is just this. Nah, dude, we're talking about official releases. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Japan cart is Inni, Yen in Japan, yellow. BC Pro, I can't type in paragraphs. Fair enough, man. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to make a video, Jordan. I don't know if I want to. I do want you in here at some point, though. I do want you in here at some point because I want to go over talking about quality of quality of remakes. But that might be another stream. I don't know. The big thing with this stream is that I wanted to make a video saying, like, this is how the discussion should be. Because having these two words, to me, is not enough. Like, you can't just say, like, okay, you know, this game is a remake. This game is a remaster. But you should also say that this game is a re-release, or this game is in between a re-release and a remaster. It is the same game, but there are some things that are different, right? No jokes, no memes. No, I trust you. I believe you. I guess there was also a Japanese version of Pokemon Yellow, but let's just be safe. You know, like, the conversation would be the same if it was this, right? The conversation would be the same if it was this, you know? Actually, would it? No. It would be very similar. It would be very similar. But just to be fair, you know, the Japanese release came first. And then like red and green, and then blue was the one that was retranslated into you know, red and blue that we know. So that's why it was categorized like that. Let's do another game. Pokemon is awesome. Okay, let's do another game. We did Final Fantasy VII. We did Pokemon Generation 1. And we did Sonic Adventure 2. Let's do another game because this is fun. This is fun, and hopefully it's entertaining and you guys are getting something out of this, because I do think it's a fun conversation to have. Oh yeah, look at my little guy. You guys like the scarf, by the way? Super edgy. Insanely different, bro. No, English releases is only a different topic. Yeah, okay, that's fair, that's fair. Freaking cool, bro. We could do Mario, but which version of Mario are you thinking of? Because I think I know what version you're talking about, but there is a game called Mario Bros, and oh no. Oh no. Let's just do the one that I think everybody here is thinking of. You know, the classic, right? The classic. Oh, not Link. I need a picture. This thing right here, right? The frickin' absolute classic. Nintendo NES. The first version of Mario? This one or the other one? I don't want to talk about the other one, to be fair. Skyrim would be a good one. We could do Skyrim. There's like 20 million releases of Skyrim. Maybe we'll do Skyrim after. I was thinking I want to do Kingdom Hearts as well, but this one's pretty good. So, if you wanted to know what I thought you were referring to, there is another version. That is not the legendary platformer that we know. Yeah, this. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. If you remember this. I really hope you weren't referring to that. This is called Mario Bros. But this one, the one that we all know and love is called Super Mario Bros. So, now that we've established that, Mario Bros. You played neither? I remember this was one of the first games that my family got into. This was one of the first games we ever played. And I was like small. Red, blue, and green Japan cart would fall under the initial English red and blue on Game Boy is a re-release. Yellow is a remaster for both English and Japan. Red and green is a remake. Did we go back to the Pokemon discussion? New Soup would be interesting too. Mario Advanced. Okay. Alright, hold on. The only 2D Mario is Yoshi's Woolly World? Is that a Yoshi game or a Mario game? I almost said Sonic. I'm so... Yes. I played 2D Yoshi. No, Sonic. My brain. My brain just died a little. But no, I consider if it's called Yoshi, it's a Yoshi game. Yoshi has a different gameplay style than Mario. Okay, but the NES version of Super Mario Bros. Okay, this game is legendary. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, this is, yeah. Like, what else? What can I tell you, man? What can I tell you? Now, as far as I know, how many different versions of the original Super Mario Bros. Existed? One that I do remember is, now it's a part of a collection, but there was this. There was this. Why is so small? But there was this. Is there that many? I was trying to think of it. I do remember this. Well, I do remember this. I remember Mario All-Stars. That's like the only one I can think of. Yeah, I typed out what I wanted to say about Pokemon. I think the categories that we put them in were fine, Jordan. Because yeah, it started off with the Japanese version, right? All games started as a Japanese version. Like, this could be, you know, the Japanese version of Mario 1, right? And then but just to keep it simple, right? We get red and blue, right? And then yellow is a remake of, yellow is in between because it's not a from the ground up remake, and it's also telling the story a bit differently. That's why it's in remake, but it's also in remaster because, or sorry, it's also, it would be in re-release, I guess. Yellow, if we're judging it based off of American red and blue, Canadian red and blue being the initial game, right? If we're judging it based off that, yellow goes in re-release. Let's Go goes here, and Why Red Leaf Green goes here. But if we're judging it off the Japan release, I think what we had there was fine. Is there a GBA version? Yeah, I think so. I think there was a GBA version of Mario Bros. But first, let's where does Super Mario All-Stars go? Because it does have the original Super Mario Bros. In here. In my case, it's a remaster. Re-release? Technically, yeah. Technically, yeah, because it does have Mario 2, Mario 3. You know, it does have extra games in there. That wasn't seen in this game. That wasn't seen in the initial game. That wasn't seen here. But the game, I will also say, it doesn't look like this. If you guys want to see what Mario All-Stars look like. Oh, actually, that picture is actually perfect. Hold on, this one right here. This is like, oh, hopefully it resizes to look kind of, or alright. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's like that, you know, obviously this is the first level of Mario 1. That's what it looks like. So might be there, honestly. Right, and this goes the same for Mario 2 and Mario 3. The graphics look like this, right, in All-Stars. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory there. But it is, I think I would say, in between. If we're judging solely Mario 1, in between. Super Mario All-Stars is a 1993 platform game compilation developed and published by Nintendo for Super Entertainment. It contains remakes of 4 Super Mario games. Now, fuck, that description says this, but other than the graphics, does it change? Okay, it's hard for me to answer this because I haven't played All-Stars. I haven't played All-Stars before. So it is hard for me to say, like, what it is here. But, yes, that description says remake, right? And by that, it should go here. But, does the level layouts change between games here? Does the game function any different? Is it rebuilt from the ground up? I would, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Now that I'm saying it out loud, yeah. Yeah, just a little bit, you know, just a little. Oh shit, yo, this version, bro. I completely forgot about this. Nope, not that one. Completely forgot about this. I think I remember having it. I just don't have it anymore, though. But this also has... This might be a remaster of this. This might be a remaster of Super Mario All-Stars. Fuck, dude. Like, what do I even say to that? Jesus. What's that one soul called? And I think it's... Lost Your Way or Find Your Way? Oh, it's Find. Yeah. Yeah, see? That's where things get interesting. If we're judging this based off of the original game, which is this one right here, this should go here. Because I think that this is a remake... Oops. I think that this is a remake of this. Right? I guess, yeah. That's what that is what makes this conversation so insanely so insane. But it is hard for me to say, like, it is hard for me to say to talk about Super Mario Bros. Because, like, I rarely play Mario games. I've always been a Sonic guy, so. And yeah, and like, and most of the time, just judging from like if I were to go see if that there was a GBA version of Mario 1, it would go in remake, you know. Just to keep it simple. Should have chosen Sonic 1. Oh god. Oh god, do we want to go down that rabbit hole? There are so many versions of Sonic 1. If we want to go down there, we'll do it. Because, yeah. Sega Genesis. GBA. Ugh. Sega Genesis, GBA, Sonic Jam, Sonic Origins, mobile, PS3, Genesis Collection. There's like a bunch of versions of Sonic 1. Master System, Game Gear. I'm pretty sure the Game Gear version of Sonic 1 is different, though. It's a different game, isn't it? Sonic 1 was on DS? Oh, yeah, I guess a part of a collection. If I remember correctly, though, Sonic 1 on Game Gear was a different game. Okay. Oh no, give me Google back. What the fuck? Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh jeez. 1. Sonic 1. Look at this smug bitch. I love him. No homo. Hell yeah. That says Mega Drive. Let's just... Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Wait. Let's get the actual version. Let's get the actual correct picture. There we go. There's Sonic 1. Look at that guy. Look at that guy, bro. Would you consider Sonic 1 arcade cabinet different? If Sonic 1 arcade cabinet is this game, then no. It should go on this. It should be categorized here. But if Sonic 1 arcade cabinet is different from this, then it's different. Mega Drive is Genesis? Okay. But yeah, but this is the one that we had that we got, right? Mega Drive is like Japan, isn't it? Isn't that what the Genesis is called in Japan? I don't remember. This is the one Sonic 1 that I recognize from all the YouTube videos I watch. This friggin' guy. This friggin' guy right here. Poke his nose. Okay. Also, is this zoomed out too much for you guys? Yeah, there we go. We'll try to keep this, try to keep this here. Okay. God, there's so many versions of Sonic 1. Holy shit. Amount of versions. Amount of versions of Sonic 1. Dozens is not a number. God damn it, AI overview. How about Sonic Wiki? That's also a trustworthy site. Okay. Master System and Game Gear are remakes due to hardware limitations, but they are technically still Sonic 1. Okay. Are they... Thing is, are they worth putting on here? Are they worth putting on here? I guess so. That does make sense. Okay. Sonic 1... Game Gear... This would be a D-make, because, you know, it's on worse hardware. What was the other one? Master System? Master System. Yeah. So, okay, there goes those are there. Okay, what were the ones that I saw here? There was NA, which is this one here. There was JP, which actually had some things changed around from it. Huh. Sonic 1 JP should be on here. The game's background deformation and screen drawing routines were giving significant overhauls. As a result, the Clouds and Green Hill Zone and title screen now scroll from left to right. Yeah, so better animations. Backgrounds that previously did not have multiple layers of scrolling now do. The water and labyrinth zone. Okay, yeah, better visuals. Level select screen was rearranged. In the initial release, the zones were listed in pre-release order. That didn't represent the final game. Green Hill Act 1 and Scrap Brain Zone 6 being the only zones to retain... Yeah, okay, so all the level select is better here. A debug mode. Point system. Okay. Yeah, so this should be here. This should be here. What would I consider it though? This is like I think this is like clearly right here. No. Right here. Once again, judging from my descriptions, Sonic 1 JP is a re-release. Added content, you know, debug what I just listed. Oh wait, better anims and better anims is a case for this. And what did I just say? Better animations are a thing for this. A point for this. And level select being better is a point for this. So it goes here. If there's a point here, there's a point here, it goes here. Sonic Jam. Sonic Jam version of Sonic 1. Sonic Jam. Sonic Jam adds the spin dash. Turning on above option also changes the behavior of spikes. Okay, a little bit of balancing changes. This is meant if he landed on the bed of spikes. Okay. Difficulty options. A different audio. Sound effects. So this goes here. Yo, welcome back, Ender King. Yeah, so Sonic Jam, those things I just read, by my definitions, it adds content, and it changes audio, for better or worse, I don't know, but it goes here. What other... Sonic 1 is gonna take us a while here. Am I counting these? Sonic the Hedgehog 1 Cafe? 2001 Cafe? 2006 Cafe? Sonic Mobile? Sonic Genesis? Sonic iPod? What the f... Huh? 2013? Oh, Sonic 1 3D. Okay. Sonic Origins. Okay. Not too many left, actually. Oh, so this is before... Sonic the Hedgehog Mobile is before the Christian Whitehead version. Sonic iPod? Yeah, that's... I've read that, I'm like, what is that? What is... It has to be Sonic 1. I'm getting this off of the Sonic wiki of the different versions of Sonic 1. Version differences. Okay, what is Sonic iPod? Apparently that came out after Sonic Genesis. A port for use on game-compatible iPods. Being available under the Sega Mobile banner. Gameplay is the same as its Sega Mega Drive counterpart, albeit with a few key changes. Adds a tutorial. Autosave. Unlimited continues. Loading screens are added between levels. Oh, like Sonic 3. That's pretty cool. Yo, iPod version of Sonic 1 was kind of lit. What the hell? A new pause menu was implemented, which gives the player a range of options, including adjusting the control scheme and abandoning the current game. Yo, so Sonic 1 iPod. Really good. The fuck? Huh? I am just going to use this picture that they have here of Sonic iPod. Now, through my definition, this doesn't change the visuals. This doesn't change the visuals, but it does add content. So that goes under re-release. Okay, and then okay, hold on. Regardless of quality, remember Strummer. Remember Strummer. Regardless of quality. Like a D master. But to be fair, let's read the thing. Let's read the thing. Where did it go? This Game Boy port loosely uses the base and game engine from Sonic the Hedgehog Mobile. This one. And thus shares many similarities between that version while making several changes of its own. There are no stars in Starlight Zone. There's no boss music in Labyrinth Zone. Due to the screen size of the Game Boy Advance, the screen ratio has been changed from 320 x 224 in the original version to 240 160. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm so sorry. Who turned Metal Sonic into a frickin' iPod? I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is a... Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of that, if you're in my Twitch chat, I did shuffle around some of the alerts. Feel free to take a look at those and have some fun with that. Sonic 1 GBA fun. Look, this is a discussion, not talking about quality, okay? Okay. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. Regardless of quality, okay? Regardless of quality. Autosave future presents that saves the player's progress. All horizontal springs are now drawn upside down. What did they do? What did they do to this game? 15th anniversary, bro. What did they do? Music and sound effects were modified due to the limitations of the Game Boy Advance sound chip. Debug mode was completely removed. If the player quits without getting a game over, retrying can be selected at the main menu so that the player can continue the game without any Chaos Emeralds and score. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. This is not about the quality of the game. This is about trying to categorize each version of Sonic 1 into these categories. I don't think I'm gonna count the 3DS port of Sonic 1. I think it's... Actually, do we? Do we? It's literally just, it's just this. There's no changes. Developed by M2, released digitally in 2013. The third entry in the 3D Classic series of 3D ports of retro Sega games for the Nintendo 3DS, and in celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Sega Mega Drive. They added I gotta add it. They added the option to play in Japanese. It's gotta be added. It's gotta be on here. It's a remaster. I gotta be fair. It's gotta be here. And then just to help differentiate it, if we're using this, if I decide to use this for the video, can't even see it. Okay, there we go. Sonic the Hedgehog 3DS double S. Perfect. That goes there. Maybe I could pay Alfred to say that as Robotnik. You should try it one day. I enjoyed recording. I don't know if I want to suffer through that. And plus, I did play Sonic 1 on stream before. Sonic, to be fair, not to judge the quality of the remakes, just a little bit of an off tangent. To be fair, the first Sonic is not super good. It's not that great. It makes a really solid first impression though. Green Hill Zone, awesome level. And the only other good zone, in my opinion, is Starlight Zone. If I were to go back to Sonic 1, those would be the two zones I'm looking forward to. Every other zone, like, what were there? What were there? Just to keep going on this tangent. Just to keep going on this tangent for a bit. Can we get the level in order? Yeah, okay, so the special stages were whatever. Green Hill Zone was awesome. Marble Zone. Spring Yard Zone. Spring Yard, I think, was okay. To be fair, Spring Yard Zone, you alright. You alright. Labyrinth Zone. Labyrinth Zone. I have questions about you, Labyrinth Zone. I have major questions. Okay. Starlight Zone, awesome. Scrap Brain? Scrap Brain's not that great of a final level. Then obviously, Final Zone is just the fight with Eggman. It's not that great. Sonic 1 is a good introductory game, but it's not his best. He's not at his best here. Labyrinth, lovely. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Okay. Very. Quick question. Labyrinth Zone is Sonic 1's water level, yes? Would you take Labyrinth Zone? Or would you take any other classic Sonic water level? I legit love Labyrinth. Mastering the lag was fun. I love Sonic water levels. Now, I don't have a problem with loving Sonic water levels. That's fine. And the problem with the lag is that you shouldn't have to master the lag. Labyrinth Zone Master System. Okay. In terms of Master System, I can't speak on that because I haven't played the Master System version of Sonic 1. Or Sandopolis? From Sonic 3? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Sandopolis from Sonic 3, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't know what to say. You, Barry, you do you. I appreciate you. I just like the music more in Master System. Gameplay, just fun. I love these levels because skillful. Yeah, but that you could say the same thing about every other level, though. This is a whole nother discussion. Let's get off of Sonic 1. Let's get off of Labyrinth Zone. But I think we made our point here. Sandopolis, I hated my first run. Second run, I appreciated it. And the beauty and skill. I can respect that. I can respect that, but I don't know. Me personally, the Sonic levels that are like that just make you wait. Like, obviously, yes, it's a platformer. Platformers... In platformers, you do need to stop to platform. Go on to another platform. Sonic being the speedy, fast-paced momentum-based platformer. I definitely enjoy the levels where that is emphasized. If I wanted to take a break and platform like a regular jump from here to here, and I don't need to worry about my speed, I'll play Mario. But because Sonic is a momentum-based character, right? And all the levels that everybody knows that are really fast and really good. That's why I know Sonic, right? And sure, even in those really fast-paced levels, there are points where you do need to stop, take a jump, you know, the momentum, but you can be skillful enough to... We're getting into the discussion. Let's stop. We're doing a stream on remakes. This is not the Sonic. We'll get into this conversation. We'll get into another conversation about this, maybe some other time. But I don't know. Okay. How many other versions of Sonic 1 are there? I think the only other one I want to put on here is Christian Whitehead. Because that is the best version of Sonic 1. Bar none. Or that's the guy's name, but what's the version actually called? I guess Sonic 2013. The Sonic the Hedgehog Classic. Also known as Sonic the Hedgehog Classic, this version is a remastered version of a 16-bit version of the original, was developed by Christian Whitehead and Headcanon, using Retro Engine. The same game engine used for 2011 remaster of Sonic CD. That's got some re-releases too. The game was first announced by Sega and released in May 2013 for iOS and Android, with the iOS version being a free update to those who purchased the port of the earlier port of the game, which is the basis for the version. It was also the basis for the version included in Sonic Origins. Spin Dash, play as Tails and Knuckles. Another Chaos Emerald, so you can have Super Sonic and Sonic 1. Time Attack mode. Yeah. Sonic 1 2013 or Sonic 1 Android and iOS. That would go under remaster. Or sorry, that would go under in between. I'll go under in between. 4 hour. I could talk about Sonic the Hedgehog all day. All day. Oh no. Ender King, is that true? Guys, do you know how much I love Sonic the Hedgehog? Wait, is that for real? I don't know if you've mentioned that before. You're lying because it's funny? Aww. I mean, I'm the same as Barry. Sonic is one of the reasons why I love video games. Alright, it's alright in my opinion. It's alright in my opinion. That's fair. That's a fair criticism. That's a fair. Sonic is my autistic obsession, so I talk about it when possible. Yeah, like I'm the same way. Like Sonic is one of the kid. Like he's my childhood. Like I can't not talk about Sonic. Warcraft is what got you into video games. Yeah, that's good. Warcraft 3, Warcraft. The only 2 games I know in Warcraft, unfortunately, is Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft. Those are like the only 2. Blizzard, right? But yeah, I think what we established in the stream, I think hopefully it makes sense. Warcraft 3 and then WoW, yeah. Are there any other games in those 2 though? Like I do know WoW. That's not too hard. And I do also remember my brother getting into Warcraft 3, so. Oh no, I deleted my arrows! Wait, come back. I don't want to delete my arrows. Okay. You had your college teacher incorporate Sonic into 2 lessons? That must have been real helpful. I'm a little jelly. Especially when it can be like, if you don't understand something, and then your teacher's like, "Oh, I know that this person likes Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's you know." That'd be awesome. I did play Sonic on the DS. I played Mario Kart on the GameCube and Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Oh, okay. Sonic on the lots of different games, really. Okay, I mean, you well traveled. You well traveled. My guy's well traveled. I'd definitely say I'm pretty. I would like to think I'm well traveled. Sonic is. Like, Sonic's up there as one of my favorites. Kingdom Hearts, also. Like, I have the same feelings about Kingdom Hearts as I do Sonic. Though, recently, Kingdom Hearts has not been, like, the greatest thing ever. But, I gotta go rest so I can go play Phasmo later. Enjoy. Yo, thank you so much, Barry. Yeah, I think in terms of what I want to try and talk about here for this, I think makes sense. And obviously, this discussion can go on for a very long time because we can do a whole bunch of different games here, right? But in terms of talking about these three words specifically, re-release, remaster, and remake, all of these, whenever we're discussing these words, all three of them should be a part of the conversation. And I think we should we should be in the minds of the devs to be like, okay. But this also, what I'm about to say also goes into quality. Do I want to keep going to talk about the quality, or do I want to save that for another time? Because I think what we got here, I can use a lot of the footage here to hopefully turn it into a easily digestible video. I appreciate everybody that's come by. But yeah, like I think next time we get around to talking about this, we'll definitely talk about the we'll talk about these again, but we'll also talk about the quality of of all these re's. I'm just gonna refer to them as re's. How's that re you're playing, bro? What? I'm gonna re. Maybe a deep dive on quality and other stuff in detail later. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I would like to turn this into a video, and I don't want it to be like 5 hours long. Re. Like that discussion on Pokemon was really helpful. Really, really helpful. And plus that Pokemon is also a game I know a lot about too, right? So I think it was pretty easy to understand why things are categorized like that, like the way that I categorize them. So yeah. Like, okay, just before I end the stream, Ender King. Was it? It was Warcraft 3, right? Warcraft 3 got a remaster, right? Warcraft 3 remastered, or Warcraft 3 remake, or whatever. I remember people not feeling good about that. I remember people not liking that game that much. Especially because Warcraft 3 got remastered. What are your thoughts on that? Because I remember when I was like, I don't know, somebody in some video, somebody brought it up that it was not a good remaster, and that it delisted. Like when you put in the disc for the original, it downloaded the remaster, or some weird shit like that. It updated all the models, but they somehow broke the game while doing it. Retconning lore too. Yeah. So that's something that we could get into when we talk about the qualities of remasters. It sucked, and they forced everyone to get it. Yeah. Like quality, reasons why shit's is like they make really dumb decisions. Yeah, that makes no sense. You would think a remaster of a game would be better than the original, but most of the time they're not. Most of the time they're not, and we can get into that. We can get into that later. Another stream, another time, where my voice doesn't feel like it's dying. But yeah, with that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much to everybody that participated in the conversation. Y'all amazing and awesome. And hopefully I will get a video out on the video channel very soon. That man. Yo, thank you, man. I'm gonna be hopping over to a Stemma stream. Can you raid on YouTube? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's playing a hunt, right? Want to hop over there and just say hi and stuff. I would raid I don't know if you can on YouTube yet, but yeah. Okay, with that, guys, we'll see you later. Peace out. Very fun stream, though. Very fun stream. No, but you just noticed that? Yeah, I looked at my phone briefly and I saw that that was happening. So I was like, oh, okay. You'll be there? All right. I'll see you in a bit then. Okay, guys. Peace out. I will hopefully turn this into a video. Thumbs up.